Spain or whatever.
Wow.
But there's also Pflaumkuchen, which is plum cake. And if you like plums,
Yeah,
you like that
I
one.
have also heard
There's
about
also
the
rhubarb
plum
cake,
cakes, but I have
blueberry,
never tried it. I have
gooseberry,
tried
raspberry cake, or mandarinen,
plum cake.
schmandler.
Hello guys,
guys.
welcome to our channel. Today we are going to watch 27 must-try German cakes. So I think it's time to get hungry by watching these delicious German cakes. And the thing is, like, Germany is known for its bread and everything. So I think so it is the best part to see about their cakes and how do they make.
And definitely after watching this video, we're gonna starve for sure. And yes, I'm so much excited to watch this video because I'm a fond of cakes, and I also wanted to know that have I tried these cakes which they have mentioned in the videos or not, because I have tried a lot of cakes because I am a fond of cakes. So yeah, definitely this video is going to be very interesting for me. So let's watch the video.
Kaffee und Kuchen is a major part of German culture. Many traditional German cakes have been made the same way for
Oh my god,
centuries.
that's
If you've watched our videos, you know that we've
Wow.
tried a lot, and I mean a lot, of Kuchen here in Germany.
What's up, everybody? We are Diana and Phil. Diana's from the United States and I'm from Germany, and this video is going to be a guide to Germany's top 20 cakes that you should try when visiting the country. The first cake is going to be Streuselkuchen, which is known as crumb cake in English.
I haven't
and it is a
tried
type of
this,
cake
but-
topped with sweet crumbs, which are usually made with
Wait,
sugar,
but it
butter,
looks
and
like a
flour.
milk
It
cake.
is a very popular
Yeah.
cake style in Germany and can be included with many different filling and cakes that we'll talk about throughout this video. We personally like the additional
seems
crunch and
delicious.
texture the crumbs on the top add to any
It looks
cake.
very delicious.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Mohnkuchen or
Mohnkuchen.
poppy seed cake. And this cake is one of the more popular cakes in Germany. It is a
Wow.
cake with poppy seeds, and it is very common with streusel on top, or often a pastry roll where you can see a lot of the layers, or even a pie style with a crust. Mohnkuchen is Phil's sister's favorite cake in Germany, so we have it a lot when visiting them. Poppy seeds give it a unique texture, and be aware, you might have little seeds in your teeth afterwards.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to try
Yeah.
this.
This cake is
Same.
Donauwelle, which translates to like the Danube River's waves.
Wow.
And
Oh
this
my
is a
God.
very traditional sheet cake made out of pound cake, vanilla, cherries, and topped
Chocolate.
with chocolate. The mixture of vanilla and chocolate in the center creates a unique wavy pattern, and hence the wave in the name. It's very popular in Germany and Austria. It's an awesome mix of flavors, and if you like cherries, you will definitely like this one.
Done. I'm
Oh,
eating
it's
this.
very nice. It's so cold. I'm not a big cherry fan, but I still like this because the
looks
ratio
so
of this cake is just
delicious.
amazing. The chocolate glazing on the top is super nice. Everything comes together in your mouth. A very creamy but doughy cake and fruity at the same time. So definitely a classic, the Donauwelle.
Bienenstich, which translates to bee sting. And who doesn't want to
sting.
get stung by bees in the mouth, right?
Sounds so fun.
This is another sheet cake that
Wow,
is very
it
popular
looks so
and a very
simple,
classic
but
German
yeah,
cake. It's
delicious.
layered with a cake base,
Yes.
vanilla cream in the middle, and then topped with
Caram-
cake and caramelized
Yeah.
almonds.
Wow.
Yeah, this vanilla almond combination tastes amazing. It is very light and delicious. And it's one of my favorite childhood cakes.
The next cake is Zuckerkuchen, sugar cake, or Butterkuchen, butter cake, and they're pretty interchangeable. They are simple sheet cakes that you'll find in a lot of bakeries, and it's kind of the standard cake in some regions. So it's basically just one big
Wow.
piece of fluffy, buttery
yeah,
dough
it
that
is
can be
looking
topped
fluffy.
with sugar or sugar glazing, and of course, whipped
Oh my
cream.
god, I wanna
Very
try all
healthy.
the
Yeah.
Very simple
Don't
one.
get us wrong, it can be decent, but we never understood the obsession that Germans have with this sugar cake thing. It's missing a bit of variety, and frankly, there are just better options out there, in our opinion. The next one is Quarkkuchen, and Quarkkuchen
Quarkkuchen.
is quite comparable to the aforementioned sugar cake. It's also a sheet cake, and it's fairly simple. And quark
Wow.
is this dairy product that is made from milk. It has a bit of the texture of thick yogurt or sour cream, but it's not as sweet as like cream cheese.
The next cake is Baumkuchen or
It looks
tree
like a
cake.
donut
It's
only.
a round, multi-layered
It's
cake.
donut.
But it has
Thin
3 layers.
stacked on top of each other, covered with chocolate glazing. glazing. Oh, it's a very popular cake during the Christmas time here in Germany.
This is the kind
and
of
it's one of
cake
my
which I
personal
can say
favorite
that
cakes
I have
here. I love it. I love it
because
with
it's
dark
looking
chocolate
like a
glazing
donut
to add some
in
bitterness
India,
to the
donuts
sweet
are very
cake.
famous.
So good. And fun fact, it's a very popular cake in Japan today and has been since it was introduced at the end of World War I.
Didn't know that.
The next cake is Apfelkuchen or apple cake.
Yeah,
In Germany,
apple
it is
pie.
probably
Yeah,
one of
apple
the
cake
most
and apple
popular
pie are
types
also
of
very
fruit
famous in
cake.
India.
It comes in a couple of different shapes and forms. It's often a sheet cake or a round cake, and there will be apple pieces with some big chunks in there. There are some smaller chunks too, depending on the cake, but sometimes you'll have a streusel
Fruits
on
cake
top,
are
other times
so
you'll have this
good.
hard sugar layer with frosting,
So
and
tempting.
my favorite is apple cake with the streusel on top.
Defo.
So good.
And since we're on the topic of apples, there are more fruit and seasonal
Wow.
cakes. So in Germany, fruits are pretty seasonal, and therefore there are many
Yeah, in
seasonal
India,
fruit
fruits
cakes.
cake are
Strawberry
also
cake
very
or
famous.
Erdbeerkuchen tends to be the most
I love
popular in spring and early
pineapple
summer
pastry.
when strawberries are fresh in Germany or like imported from Spain or whatever.
Wow.
But there's also Pflaumkuchen, which is
Plum
plum
cake.
cake, and if you like plums,
Yeah,
you like that
I
one.
have also
don't.
heard
There's
about
also
the
rhubarb
plum
cake,
cakes, but I have
blueberry,
never tried it.
gooseberry,
I have tried
raspberry
a,
cake, or mandarin
plum
schmand,
cake,
like mandarin
brownie,
schmand
something
cake, which
like
is also
that.
this type of layered cake, and my mom really loves that one. But historically, I think strawberry cake
Strawberry
is
cake.
extremely popular and many Germans'
Yeah,
favorite
same in India.
fruit cake. And at any point, maybe comment below which cake you would like to try the most. And if you like food-related videos
Same.
from around the world, a sub to this channel would be highly appreciated.
And if you want to further support us, you can become a channel member, or you can support us on patreon.com/GNMPhil, where we make additional monthly videos. Shout out to our soulmates, Ricky, Lauren, Jared, Peggy and Derek, Roger Lupke, Eric Kramer, Michael Petch, and Robin. Also, shout out to our family member patrons, Stein. Thank you!
The next cake is Eierschecke, and this is very common
Eierschecke.
in East Germany. It is a sheet cake made of 3 different layers, and it's usually a base spongy cake, middle quark pudding layer, and then a top layer of vanilla custard. There
Vanilla
are many
custard.
variations based on the city and state. Some have raisins, some with chocolate, and some are cakeless in general. It varies. We've never had this one, but it sounds really, really good, and we
Yeah.
need to give it a try.
It does.
Next time we're in East Germany.
The next one is Käsekuchen or cheesecake, which is also a very popular
I
cake in
love
Germany.
cheesecake.
It's fairly
Oh.
unspectacular in its presentation
Same.
and often made with quark or
Wow.
another type of cream cheese. And if you like cheesecake, you will like the German one as well.
Ooh, that is fluffy.
Yeah.
So this is a very soft and fluffy one. You see
I
a thin little
I
crust
also
layer.
love blueberry cheesecake.
Same.
That's nice. I think I taste a little hint of lemon in the aftertaste, which is really good. It's very smooth in general.
We weirdly very rarely go for cheesecake.
Yeah, there's so many cakes. The next cake is Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, which is a Black Forest cake
Yeah,
and
we
probably
have
one
tried.
of the most famous
This
German
is a
cakes
normal
outside
one,
of
yeah.
It's
Germany.
very common
It is a
in India.
multi-layered cake with chocolate sponge
Truffle
cake, whipped
and,
cream,
Black
and cherries,
Forest are
and
very
often
common.
decorated with cherries and chocolate shavings. Again, this is a nice combination of multiple flavors, and you can buy this cake frozen from every supermarket
This is the
pretty
go-to
much.
cake for
However,
birthdays.
we noticed that it is quite difficult to find it in bakeries and cafes outside of like the Black Forest region.
Yeah, Prinzregententorte, which is Prince Regent's
Regent
cake.
cake.
Oh, that sounds so pretentious. This is a very popular
Oh,
cake
yeah,
in
it is also
Bavaria.
very
It's a
famous
round,
in India.
multi-layered
Truffle
cake stacked with thin layers of sponge cake and chocolate buttercream.
Wow.
And there is a dark chocolate glaze on the outside. This cake is less creamy, heavier, and more chocolatey than most cakes in Germany, and we really enjoy that.
Yeah, that's my type of cake.
Next one, Frankfurter Kranz or Frankfurt Wreath. It is a specialty cake from the city of Frankfurt. Who would have known? It's a round cake made out of light sponge cake layers, and in between the layers it's usually filled with some type of jam like strawberry, blackcurrant or cherry. It also has an outside coating made of buttercream frosting, and that is sprinkled with lots of nuts like almond flakes or ground
Interesting.
up
Yeah.
hazelnuts. And as the cherry on top, there are often berries on top or cherries on top. It's a beautiful cake, and it's definitely more on the fancy side.
Raw, nice jokes. The next cake is Herrentorte, or gentleman's cake, and this again is a round layered cake with many thin layers of sponge
What
cake
is the difference?
and a wine cream in between. The entire cake is then coated with an outer layer of dark chocolate. It tends to be less sweet than other cakes,
I
just
love
like a
chocolate
true
cakes.
gentleman.
We got the Herrentorte here. Very nice. It's way softer than I thought. Multi-layered. Very cool. That's really nice, dude. There's a slight hint of alcohol in this wine cream or whatever it is, and the top layer of chocolate. It's good.
Wow, look at this. First time trying this. This might be my favorite that I've had. I really love the Baumkuchen. I think this is an elevated version of that.
Yeah, right.
Herrentorte.
That's so good. Look how soft that is. Every layer. And it's not dry at all. It's still a very moist cake. Dang, 10 out of 10.
Wow.
The next cake is Kalter Hund, which translates to cold
Kalter
dog.
Hund.
And this is a funny one. It is a square cake dessert with layers of biscuits
it looks
or rice
dry
balls and then
cake.
chocolate icing in between each layer, as well as
Layers
all
of
around the
biscuits?
entire cake. And overall, it is very dense, heavy, and resembles more of a chocolatey cookie dessert than a typical cake. It's great.
Zwiebelkuchen, or onion cake, is a
Onion
savory
cake?
German cake made of steamed
That was
onions,
something
bacon,
which
and
is
cream
very
with
weird.
dough. It's often paired with fennel or cumin flavors, and it sounds
How
a little
could
more
one
like
have
a
onion
quiche to
cake
me.
and how
This one
does
is
it
apparently
taste?
very famous in Germany, but we
Ew.
could not find it in our
Even
city
I don't
for
want to
the
try it.
life of us. So let us know if you've ever heard of it. I've seen a pre-made box before, but that's about it.
I can't remember ever having that.
The next cake is Marmorkuchen, or marble cake.
Marble cake.
Marmorkuchen is a cake with a mixture of dark and light batter, creating this marble effect. It's usually made with vanilla and chocolate, and it can be served as a loaf cake or a bundt cake form. It's a bit on the drier side.
As you can see, it's definitely a little bit on the drier side. This is a typical cake where the Germans would put some whipped cream on top of it. Always whipped cream on top.
The next one is Biskuitrolle. And
Oh
this
my
is like
god,
a
this
jelly
is
roll
Swiss
or
roll
biscuit
and
roll,
it is so
also called
famous
Swiss
in
roll in English.
Chandigarh.
And these are very iconic. It is
Yeah.
a
Oh
very
my
light
God.
and soft
I
sponge
love
cake
Swiss
in this
cake.
very particular shape that is rolled and then filled in the gaps with some type of flavored cream. Like strawberry
roll.
or lemon were the pretty popular ones. And I had it as a kid at my grandmother's house a lot. They often taste a bit artificial, but it's a very memorable cake for a lot of Germans. Zitronenkuchen,
Oh my
which
God.
is
It is
lemon
looking
cake.
like a
This is probably
pudding.
one of the simple yet very common
Pudding.
cakes found throughout Germany. It can be in sheet form, round cake form, or bundt cake form. It's a very standard cake with lemon flavors and served with powdered sugar, icing, or even vanilla cream.
Fun fact, German chocolate cake is not on this list. If you come from the US, you might be thinking German chocolate cake, the most popular German cake in Germany. No, it is not German at all.
The
Oh
chocolate
my
cake
God.
with coconut pecan frosting was invented in the United States and originally called German's chocolate cake due to the cake recipe using a dark baking chocolate from the brand Baker's German's Sweet Chocolate. The recipe gained popularity after being published in a newspaper as German's chocolate cake. Over the years, the apostrophe S was dropped, and now it's known all throughout the US as German chocolate cake.
It's not German
But
at all.
it's not German.
Wow, what a interesting video it was. Basically, I have tried most of the cakes in India, but and they are also similar to the German one only, but the name do differ. And for me, the most weird cake was the onion cake. Literally, that was something which was so shocking for me. Even I don't want to try the onion cake in my whole life because I do think that it tastes so weird. Otherwise, I really enjoyed this video, and there were so many cakes which is my favorite, like cheesecake, chocolate cake, strawberry one, Swiss roll, the cake which they were talking about, which is, in India basically it is known as the Swiss roll, and literally I love that. And yeah, I really enjoyed this video. And if in future I'll visit the Germany, then definitely I will try these cakes for sure in my life. And yes, I really enjoyed this video.
It was so hard to speak in this video because my mouth was full of water, and the cakes was so delicious and tempting. The first few cakes was so good, and that onion cake actually surprised me a lot. But I would like to taste it a bit, like why would did they make it?
No.
But I would like to ask you guys also, do you guys eat it, because they also did not find it. And also all the other cakes was like different variety, and also I like that one where there was biscuit in between, so that looked very tempting to me. So what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.
Bye.